Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So today was a pretty good day. Those of you guys that stuck around, that DCA'd, well, you're feeling pretty good. We had a pretty massive rally. Bitcoin is above 100,000 once again. And a lot of crypto rally today. We had some big tariff news. Yes, so I'm going to talk about that. But also I'm going to talk about this new sovereign fund. That'll be a very first. And yes, it may have something to do with Bitcoin as well. So let's talk about all these things. And let's talk about what else is going on in the world of crypto today. All right, let's do it, guys. Welcome. Bitcoin is not only above 100,000, it's above $101,000. This morning, I forgot what we opened at. It was well below, and then we shot up, right? And I was covering some of the American-based crypto projects to be loading up on, to be stacking up, and I said, hey, if you were going to DCA, today is a pretty good day to be DCAing, right? You may not have to go all in. We may get more volatility, but today is a pretty good day considering things are down 20, 30%. Well, it turns out I was pretty right. Even with today's recovery, though, we're not all the way back. So it doesn't mean that your opportunities are over. No. But we did have a good day, and I'll show you. I'll compare at the end. I'll show you how far we have come. And there's still so much left over. Now, what prompted this sudden recovery? Well, we have some tariff updates, okay, including Mr. Trudeau backpedaling greatly. First of all, during this morning, even during this morning, some people told me that, hey, Mexico's president said, okay, I called President Trump and I'm going to deploy 10,000 troops at our borders and we're going to try to stop fentanyl and other drugs from entering the United States. We're going to do that immediately. Okay, so they were the first country to make a deal. Trump was satisfied, and tariffs paused for 30 days. And then, guess what happened? Well, oops, I meant to show this first. And then, Trudeau, who was acting very tough over the weekend, saying, we will retaliate very harshly against the United States. We will impose 25% tariffs on U.S. goods also, right? We will stop buying American goods, being very, very, very tough. Well, it turned out he wasn't very tough. He called Trump and did the same thing, right? So now he's deploying 10,000 soldiers to the borders of Canada, and he'll try to stop, the drugs that are flowing into the U.S. And this satisfied Trump, and the tariffs have been halted for 30 days. Now, this is not the only thing Trump wants. Trump also wants equal trade, right? So I'm assuming within the next 30 days, they're going to talk about this, but they're also going to talk about how to balance the trade deficit between the countries. I don't know if there's a deficit between America and Mexico, but Trump has been highlighting and picking on Canada a lot. Even today, while signing some executive orders, he's still saying that Canada would make a great 51st state. He's not letting that go. He still wants to see that happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but he got what he wanted. And both countries relented, and that's what kind of caused the market to go up, right? But it's only the first step. China is still talking to the administration. Don't know what's going to happen there. As of right now, the tariff is still going to go into play as of tomorrow. And you got some American companies like Tesla and Apple who manufacture a lot of their goods, like Apple does all of it overseas in China. They will be hit with that 10% tariff because when they import in, they're going to have to pay that tariff fee. So they got hit today, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's what caused the U.S. market to, suddenly turn around today. I mean, even though it was red, but it was very, very, very red to begin with, and to recover for most part. And that's what caused Bitcoin crypto to come up. But also what caused both to come up was this. Now, this is also very, very, very exciting. Now, this is not, this was not stated directly that this would be used to buy Bitcoin and crypto, okay? But there's a lot of hints, and I'll share what. So Trump signed executive order. So we are, as a nation, we're going to create a sovereign wealth fund. So I guess this is the first time in American history that we're going to have a fund. So it's like an investment fund, okay, backed by the country. And normally you don't see big, first world countries do this. You usually see it like, really rich Middle East countries, have these, right? And they use it to invest. But we're going to have one in the U.S. So you could see with this wealth fund, we may buy TikTok, right? Or we may use it to buy other things like Bitcoin. The guy that's in charge of it, this guy right here, he did an interview, and I don't know when this interview was, but he stated that he himself has hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin exposure. So obviously he's a big Bitcoin guy, and he's the guy in charge of this new sovereign wealth fund. So you put two and two together, okay? This may be what they use to start buying, Bitcoin with. I don't know if the Strategic Reserve is going to go into this, if this is the evolution, or this is just completely separate, and they're just going to buy Bitcoin with it because it makes a lot of sense, right? And here's something else that's a hint. Senator Loomis also tweeted this out, retweeted, I should say, and says this is a big deal with the Bitcoin symbol. So there are a lot of hints that this can be used to buy Bitcoin. So I think this also kind of pumped up the market as well. So a lot of good stuff today. A lot of good stuff. Well, the tariff stuff, okay, that's early. So at least we got a little bit of resolution. I said that in my Sunday walk video. I said it was going to be scary, a lot of uncertainty, but maybe come Monday, we're going to get some resolutions. We may have Canada and Mexico making a deal with Trump. I actually said that in my Sunday walk video, and it actually came true. At least a temporary solution, right? And that kind of satisfied some people. So we got that, and we got this new sovereign fund, which may be used to buy Bitcoin with. And tomorrow, we're going to get David Sachs, the new crypto czar. He's going to be hosting a press conference to talk about digital assets. That is probably going to be pretty good too, right? So got a lot of great things going on. And here's the other thing too that's good. Yesterday's drop, of course, was attributed to the tariffs, right? It also liquidated a whole bunch of people. But the strange thing is, if you look at history, it tends to happen a lot. It tends to happen a lot right around the same time, every single time, before we start moving upwards. Right around the end of January, starting February, we tend to get a huge shakeout before we move up. So, seasonally, this is right around the time it usually happens too, right? It may not be an exact date, but right around that time. So, you could argue this was already planned, right? Or maybe it was just the big whales or exchanges that wants to wipe out all the leverage and start over from scratch. And we certainly did. We had like $10 billion worth of longs and shorts liquidated. We are certainly starting over from scratch. And despite everything, despite yesterday and the weekend and everything, would you believe that Q1 right now, we are still plus 8%, so that includes, yes, yesterday. Overall, with January now, still plus 8%. So we're not down for the beginning of the year. Obviously, we had a terrific Q1, and we're following that up with a positive. Even though we're slightly down right now in February, February itself is the most bullish month for Bitcoin. You could see in 2024 last year, we had a 43% gain, right? And then almost every single year we had a gain except 2020 and 2014. But almost every year we were positive. Now, not every year was huge. I mean, 2003, we were barely up in the green. Same thing in 2018. But a lot of these years, man, double-digit gains. So it's very early. We can still turn around and have a massive, massive month. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, last thing I want to show you guys is this. This is my video from this morning. Yes, just this morning. And I told you guys, I went into CMC. I went into the Made in USA tab. And I said, hey, guys, if there was ever a good time to DCA, it was now. You know, we haven't seen dips like this since like 2017. And this morning, we already recovered up a little bit, right? Because at night, it was much worse. We saw XRP drop to $2. We saw Solana drop to 170. We saw like Cardano drop to like 60 cents and Chainlink drop to 14 cents. So we already recovered up a little bit. But as you can see from the screenshot, you know, we're still down 16%, 18%, 17%. Well, things have certainly changed. Now we're up 21%, up 20%, up 24%, up 18%, up 26%, right? This is why you never really want to panic. You want to take advantage when you can, right? Things tend to recover really quickly and suddenly. Just as fast as we go down, it can recover just as fast as, you know, on the upside. But the good news is, even though we did recover, we're not fully recovered. You know, XRP was well above $3 before. So even though we had a good day, there's still plenty of room to grow. Right? Solana's at 215. It was 270 just a week ago. Cardano was well above $1 a week ago or a few weeks ago. Chainlink before peaked out at 30. Avalanche was in the 30s and 40s, right? Sui was $4 plus $5. So it's definitely not too late to be DCAing. There's plenty of room to grow. And that's just to get back to where we were just a week or two ago. and then we're ready for more, right? But again, it goes to show you, DCA works. You don't want to ever panic. You don't want to really panic sell. It's not going to help. Hodling and DCAing, that's the way to win. And these made in America coins, I'll keep hammering them. And this morning I went through the list. There are so many good ones, and a lot of them recovered very, very, very well. Some of them are even in the plus 30% versus yesterday. Really good. Really, really good. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A. All right, still looking through. Looking through. All right. Hey, I gotta look through my, someone says I'm sitting silent for 10 minutes. I gotta look through the previous comments. All right, just making sure I didn't miss any super chats, didn't miss any important questions. No. Didn't. Eduardo, will we see ETF that follows 50-25-25 rule? We may. We already have a Bitcoin and ETH. Well, we will soon. Bitcoin ETH ETF. So if you throw in a Solana in there, we may get at 50-25-25. Oleg, member of 40 months. Dustin, 10 billion FR. 3.8 to 2.8. Is that how you know? What are you talking about? What did I say that's 10 billion? Eric, what's the best way to do crypto taxes with a lot of wallets, transactions? Is there a way easier? Coin tracker. Coin tracker. I think I have it in the description. Coin tracker. There's Coinly. There's a lot of them. You just have to hook up all your wallets. There, you could use API, read-only API to the exchanges, and it'll just like calculate everything for you. That works too. Am I going to do a road trip with my Cybertruck? I probably will. I don't think a Cybertruck, I don't know how it does with the range. I've read somewhere that it gets like actual real world about 240 miles, which isn't too bad. I actually used it today. I actually went and got a big chair, so the bed is useful. But I love that drive. I love driving that thing. I may just do all my crypto cruises with my Cybertruck because it's so easy to just let it drive itself while I'm just like concentrating and talking. It's actually very nice. Dustin, I already talked about this morning. CoinGlass is wrong. Yes, it's 10 billion. Doesn't it cost extra 10K? Well, it's 8K for FSD, but you can also rent it for $100 a month. Look at that. Yesterday, in a panic dump, 173 for XRP. And it's now 273, a full dollar. Sui. In that panic dump, 239. Now it's 356. Man, you could have got real bargains yesterday. 176, 216. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Probably the Chiefs. People are saying Mahomes may be the greatest ever if he wins 3 Super Bowl titles in a row. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that. Probably not. Man, I don't know about this Luka thing. I think Mavs shot themselves in the foot. They traded probably one good season for 10 bad ones. You know, AD probably will help them in the playoffs this year, but like beyond this year, I don't know, man. Luka, if he gets motivated, like if he gets on a LeBron training and diet, man, he is going to be so good. Mavs just basically like stupid. They traded a generational player. If they just simply announced it and shopped Luka, they could have got so much more. But they just want to be hush hush. I don't know. Jonathan, it seems like every time we go up, it needs to be a hell less loose, leverage wash off. It's only worse from there. That's the only way up. You're talking about like, oh, there needs to be a moment to wash out the leverage. It does seem like that's the way. But you know what? You could take advantage of that. You know? Like I opened a lot of shorts on the way up and made a whole bunch of money. So you could definitely take advantage of it. Spine ticks. As a hometown Lakers fan, nice to bust out my PSA 10 Lucas. Man, I had a whole bunch of PSA 10. Man, I forgot. Prisms. I was going to get the silvers, but I never did because they were too expensive. Now is probably a good time to get them again. I have 20,000 virtuals, but at 120, what price do you think is a good target? I don't know. I haven't been following virtuals. We bottomed out. Go all in on AI 16. I would never advise anyone to go all in on AI 16Z. So, no. I don't know about the card market, man. Spine ticks. The card market fell hard, like with crypto winter, and I don't think they ever recovered. Crypto did, but I don't think cards ever did. So Tomorrow will be insane. Yeah. Cards will do well again, actually. I hope so. I mean, everything's transitioning. Panini is go loot. They lost all their rights. It's go to Fanatics. I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Today was a pretty good day and a tiring day at that. Tomorrow, we got another big day. Tomorrow, we got that big press conference from David Sachs. What is he going to announce? Something big? No capital gains tax? If he does that, man, tomorrow's going to be flying. Or maybe he's going to talk more about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. I don't know. It could be something huge. And we'll see. The U.S. market tomorrow looking green. People are liking, the tariff situation. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Enjoy your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Usual time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.